Siddharth, one thing which I know you are most qualified to talk about right now is product marketing because you have had the front row seat to this right from the time product marketing started in India. I believe you have also been an ambassador for Product Marketing Alliance, which kind of aided like the launch and the entry of product marketing in India. And also obviously you're also been teaching like a course on product marketing for a while, so all in all you know your stuff. One thing which has kind of been a trend that I've seen over the past year or so has been a lot of people want to get into product marketing. So there is a lot of buzz, there is a lot of hype around this, but very few people want to get in for the right reasons. That's been my observation when asked like why do you want to get into product marketing, they never really have like a very specific reason or a solid reason. They just seem to think this is a cool field, this is something very interesting, this is going to get me growth, let me go work here. So in this particular section, part of conversation, I wanted to understand exactly does it mean to work in product marketing, and like how have you seen the whole thing also evolve over the past decade, because you've been doing this for a decade. And let's also get into like what are some things that you need to look at, or why, what would be the right reasons to get into product marketing, I would say. And a lot of folks who are currently working in say content performance, a lot of people want to transition into product like PMM. How do they do that? A long question, but yeah, I think that just about covers it.
Yeah. I also think that there are many highly qualified product marketers out there in India, globally, much, much, much better than me, but they are not talking as much as I am talking. So, uh, qualified to my extent, I would like to add, there are some product marketers that I absolutely look up to, and I'm also envious of what amazing work that they're doing, the opportunities that they're getting. Um, my respect for them, and I would encourage them to also come and share what they know about product marketing, because there are so many people out there waiting to hear and learn from them. I would really encourage some such folks to start talking a little bit more. Um, I was lucky to come across product marketing in a professional setting with product marketers sitting next to me. And from that point, and it continued to stay like that for me, was how I define product marketing. And it kind of corroborates with what material is there around the web also. In a sense, product marketers are folks who are most concerned about adoption of a product or feature. It becomes their main goal. Now, how uh, adoption is measured can be different. It is a percentage. Number of people who have used a product is the numerator, divided by number of people who can use the product. Now, used can also be defined differently, but number of people who can use the product depends on which part of the user journey are you looking from. If you're looking from existing set of customers, then denominator become number of customers. Now, number of customers is going to be less than the number of leads or people who said that I would like to buy this product, I am paying for it, and thereafter start using it. Now, number of leads is going to be smaller than the number of people in the market. So the denominator will become bigger depending on which part of the funnel you're looking at. If you're looking at adoption from a customer's point of view, how many customers we have, then you're focused mostly around customer retention, upselling, and cross selling. If you're looking at adoption in terms of number of leads, then you're looking at number of lead to customer conversion rate, because adoption will mean becoming a customer. So that becomes, these two things are mostly on the sales side. If you're looking at the denominator as number of leads, then you're talking marketing now. That out of the market, how many people are in your funnel. And then the last, which is the largest part, if you're talking about how many people are potentially out there who can use the product, then that's the market size. And that is going to be a very small fraction most of the times. Unless you're Google, who used to corroborate number of people who use Google is equal to internet penetration in India, then you're talking different. Which so those are rare situations. And this I heard because when I used to work with Google representatives, and in conversation they mentioned that Google adoption is this much. So we like that is Indian penetration. So they like, yeah, we look at Google adoption is equal to internet penetration, which was like, wow, this is amazing. First person, first hand experience. So if you care about adoption, then you can potentially impact the market out there, the marketing out there, and the sales internally. So product marketers drive adoption in these three areas potentially, on the product side, on the marketing side, or the revenue side. In larger, more advanced organizations, all these three become important or are paid attention to. So in big companies where product marketing has really matured, a product marketing lead will be accountable for all three metrics. But in early days, you are not accountable for all three metrics. It depends on which side is an organization tilted at the moment to solve for. You could, and usually it's mostly, it makes sense also to solve for revenue first. Because when you have revenue, then you can reinvest, then you can grow. Then you can care about, I need more leads because I'm getting revenue. Then you can start caring about, I need more, a larger market because I am getting leads because I am converting into actual revenue coming in. So it makes sense for organizations to start from revenue to leads to market size. On revenue, usually what product marketers do is to enable the sales team to do better. Enablement can happen in the form of sharing the right kind of knowledge, sharing the right kind of written, verbal, oral, video, audio content, and through automations, or also through study and feedback, data analysis. And this is the way I have designed how to look at product marketing, which is unique, and I'll come to that. uh, on the marketing side, usually it becomes go to market strategies, figuring out which channel to use, what the communication should be, what to expect from that channel and communication combination, how much budget do you allocate, and when do you execute an activity so that everything works in harmony. Now, this is called a CCEBT framework, which I have designed, based on which you can create effective marketing plans on Excel with multiple. Recommended is more than 50 rows of items to work on, because then your go to market makes sense. Of course, there is a higher level of segmentation also for a certain market, for a certain persona, for a certain ICP. These are terms that need to be learnt with as you pursue product marketing. Or on the product side, what do you build and why, for whom? These three things will define how large is the market. Are there other players? How do you differentiate from them? And therefore you design or unveil the positioning. Who are you? And then convert that into messaging, which follows through into the entire cycle. And this cycle is how I teach or mentor in product marketing, called the product marketing loop, which starts from product building, goes to demand generation, goes to revenue realization, and ties back together through feedback. And feedback is metrics. Whatever you're measuring is feedback. Working well, yes or no. For how many people? Data. It's become actionable number. How many leads were you able to convert to customers versus how many you did not? And a study of that becomes win-loss analysis. Which channel is working effectively, causing you drive how many leads at what cost, becomes study of or improving your go-to-market plans. And then also seeing how a product is being used quantitatively, qualitatively, to go back into, should we continue to serve this product? What are some bugs that need to be solved? How can we improve it? or how are people using it to make case studies out of it. So product marketers are always operating in this cycle: build, take it to market, get revenue, build. And at each stage you are working with different kind of people. So when you're working with product, you're working with product managers, developers, UI UX designers, not directly but indirectly also. When you're working with demand generation folks, then you're working with different channel specialists, uh, strategy, etc. On sales side, you're working with account executive, account managers, revenue operations, and so many other people. You could also be working at multiple of the elements at the same time, depending on how senior you are in the product marketing field or in your organization, how much ownership you have. So if it's not very fairly evident, it's pretty chaotic. And if you enjoy that chaos and making sense out of it, if you enjoy working with multiple people at the same time, if you enjoy going into strategy and also going into execution and jumping in and out of these, then product marketing is a great next field to pursue. It will almost never be your first field, because to become a product marketer, you need to know that the world is complicated. You are a small part of the complicated world, and you need to be working with multiple people to move forward. So having work experience is important, which I would suggest greater than 2. Sometimes these days more than 6 years is also desirable in many organizations to hire product marketers. Most people want to hire people who are already product marketers. So therefore, shifting internally is a more effective way to become a product marketer than to convince someone externally that I have never done product marketing but making a product marketer. On that, I will share a note. The second thing you need is to be very strong in one language, preferably English, because we mostly sell software, B2B, B2C, where product marketing exists. A lot of B2C companies also have product marketing now, by the way. So command over language is important, because you will be writing, reviewing content, be it text, be it audio, be it video, in various formats. You will be reviewing content, so you need to be good at language. You will be required to explain a product in 5 words, 25 words, 200 words, 10,000 words, various. So you need to be good at it. And the third thing is to have some experience in digital marketing. Digital marketing is a huge field. Performance marketing on various channels, email marketing, conversion rate optimization, events marketing, ATL, BTL. ATL, BTL not so much, sorry, in terms of digital marketing. But yeah, if you have ATL, BTL knowledge, then some marketing exposure you have to know what metrics typically are like. What are some of the key things you measure? If someone tells you that I get a CTR of 25% on my Google ads, you know that's wrong. So you need to have a sense of what metrics typically you operate with. That's very important. So these 3 things help becoming a product marketer. Now, I mentioned that I'll elaborate on a note that it's very difficult for someone to make you a product marketer for the first time. To solve for this, you need to realize, and this is something that almost every senior product marketer that I've spoken with globally says, you don't need to be a product marketer to be doing product marketing. So if you look back at the various things that you've done, you will realize that you have helped sales in something. You have helped marketing in something. You have helped product in something. Make that project or experience the hero or the highlight in your CV, in your interview process, so that you show that you have some product marketing experience. You're not a product marketer on paper, that's it. And sometimes you may join an organization in a certain role in a certain period, assuming it less than a year. You can transition into a product marketer, but your offer letter is not going to say you're a product marketer now. So You can play with this a little bit carefully. It's a hack. Be careful.
Yeah. And it's a good suggestion. I think it's an extremely good suggestion. One final question related to PMM. What do career paths look like? And I mean, if someone is like maybe say mid career right now and they're already working in product marketing, maybe they started off in performance like you and they are in product marketing now. What what is it that they can do next moving along the same road?
Yeah. So, because you are working with so many different people as a product marketer, you also pick up some of their skills, their language. Therefore, each of the various areas or teams that you work with in product marketing, all of them become potentially next steps. If you're interested, like a product marketer, because they work so much with sales team, for example, can move into sales, which actually had become my ambition in my last year as a product marketer. I wanted to start doing sales. I didn't do it at VW, but I have been doing it myself now for my various ventures, and I really enjoy sales. It's damn stressful also, because I'm the business owner. If I was doing sales for someone else, it would be a little less stressful. But it's always a push and pull, and you're always finding a way on how do you convert this, how can you sweeten a deal, how can you communicate with this person specifically for the product. Of course, in B2C it's very different from in B2B, but you are always gauging the response of the other person and trying to solve that on the fly. It's very interesting. Usually, people don't go from product marketing to sales. I have done that. But most of the time, salespeople want to become product marketers, which is also a very relevant path. But if you are like me, you can entertain the idea of going from product marketing to become a revenue leader or a sales operations leader. Similarly, since you work with so many marketing folks, you can take another deeper or a strategic role in marketing. You can become a specialist of a channel also, sure, why not? Or you can start say that I want to start designing how much budget do we allocate for various channels and who should we hire for each channel. Become in some sense another type of a marketing manager. Or another step further, become a marketing head in an organization where you have a product marketing team under you because you have product marketing experience, and you also have, since you have product marketing experience, you have worked with the various specialists of marketing channels or design development that you have worked with, so you can rise up in that manner also. And of course, you can also become a product marketing lead. Now, since you're also working so closely with the product folks, the product, which is a newsletter that you should subscribe to, um, you can also move to product management, start working on building products, or starting doing research on what you should build, why. And that itself is a huge domain of its own, by the way. So you can go product, you can go marketing, you can go up in marketing, product marketing, or you can go sideways in revenue, or you can break out and also become an entrepreneur. You will have to work with a lot of people when you're an entrepreneur. And one myth bust: jobs are way easier than entrepreneurship. Cracking a job may be hard, but once you crack a job, it is so much easier than running a business. So, pursuing product marketing, you of course need to be sure of. Pursuing entrepreneurship, also, you need to be really sure of. You will always be at the center of all the problems being filtered. So, all the best with that.
To be an entrepreneur is to be the eye of the storm.
Yes.
Okay, my final question was around actually AI. AI for product marketers, for PMMs more precisely. How do you see this impacting their work?
So AI is really an enabler. When you're looking to study all the notes that your salespeople have written in various conversations where a deal cracked or a deal did not crack, you can ask AI to study all of that and provide you the insights into what are some themes emerging. So that really reduces your time to do some qualitative data analysis. You can also share data with paid and various other tools to extract themes that are emerging from whatever data you've uploaded, uh, anomalies that are not keenly visible to the naked eye but needs correlations, needs some regressions. You of course have to train your your chat gpt for it. um, when you are required to submit copy options for a new landing page or for a new banner ad, you can ask AI to provide options to you and you select the top 5 out of the 25 that AI has given you. You can really scale things up. You can use AI to also improve chat conversations on your website and drive more conversions to happen or enable conversations. AI is so much into customer support where product marketers can pitch in to drive upsell, cross sell in even in customer support tickets. So it's a tool that can only make life and job easier. You have a very intelligent uh, colleague who's available at all times, doesn't get tired, and is always there to listen to you and keep on learning and get better with time, grow with you, and help your growth faster. So I really think that it's uh, it's only useful to learn prompt engineering, becoming better at how do you use various AI tools, automate so many things, but also be careful about your spends. You don't want to onboard another tool just for having a tool. You need to be solving for a problem. Start with the paid version of ChatGPT, and from there, when you have capped or maxed out on whatever you can derive from chat, or you have a need for another different kind of tool for a specific use case, then onboard another tool. Because I am all for profitable businesses bootstrapped. So be careful about your spends.
Got it. That's very helpful to know. Thank you, Siddharth, for sharing everything that you've observed and learned about, guiding so many folks through PMM careers so far. This was like a crash course in product marketing. I wouldn't say crash course. I would rather say like this is more or less like a bullet kind of a episode on how do you even look at PMM as a career, and that was extremely helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.